Wall Street is pricing the AI boom as a software revolution. But is that the full story? This isn't a software war anymore. It's an industrial land grab for raw, physical electricity. And the North American energy grid is officially reaching its breaking point. Right now, a hidden multi-billion-dollar bottleneck is locking up the tech sectors, and it's about to collide head-on with your portfolio. While retail investors debate which AI model is better, the 5 tech giants are quietly underwriting a massive, unprecedented strain on our public infrastructure. Google, Microsoft, SpaceX, Anthropic, and Oracle are no longer just software companies. They have mutated into heavy industrial utility hogs, locking down gigawatts of power. If you own tech stocks, or if you simply pay electricity in North America, your holdings are constrained by the energy grid itself. Look at this data. Standard financial media tells you the AI build-out is seamless. What they aren't telling you is that modern data centers can take up to 2 years to build out, but transmission lines to power it takes 15 to 30 years to permit and construct. This mismatch has created a catastrophic queue. We are running out of dispatchable energy, and the tech giants are being forced to buy up entire power plants just to keep the lights on. We have passed the point of theoretical risk. In just the first half of 2026, the battle lines have hardened. Massive corporate restructuring deals and non-binding letters of intent have shifted from computational efficiency to buying up raw physical power. So let's look at who's building what, where, and where the bottlenecks are forming in the AI build-out. And let's take a look at the public backlash that is threatening it all. Let's start with Microsoft. Microsoft and OpenAI are bypassing traditional public utility limits by deploying their Stargate community infrastructure frameworks. They are forcing their own developers to underwrite 100% of the power upgrades through dedicated electricity rates. This protects local residents from these rate hikes. While Google has entered a staggering multi-billion-dollar deal with Anthropic, effectively guaranteeing up to 5 gigawatts of computational power. This isn't on-demand cloud computing anymore. This is a structural cornering of a utility-scale energy capacity before it is even built. But it gets worse. Look at where these facilities are being built. A June 2026 Guardian analysis revealed a glaring anomaly. Roughly 2/3 of these AI data centers being planned and constructed are in drought-stricken areas in the western part of the United States. An AI data center isn't just a utility electricity hog, it's a thermodynamic furnace. They keep these dense AI microchips from melting. A single large facility can consume up to 5 million gallons of water every single day. By 2028, these data centers will demand an estimated 73 billion gallons of water annually. Fresh water. A Gallup poll shows that 70% of local residents now actively oppose data center construction in their areas. Why, you might ask? Because when a historic drought hits, which is becoming more and more common, local municipalities are left with a terrifying choice. Do you provide water to residents, or do you provide water to Wall Street and Sam Altman's AI model? And that brings us to the ugly truth the financial media is keeping quiet. The backlash is no longer just a public relations headache. It has officially turned into a legal and regulatory bottleneck for these AI companies. On June 9th, 2026, a massive class action lawsuit filed in Mississippi on behalf of over 10,000 local residents against Elon Musk's XAI and SpaceX. Well, what is their legal battle about? It's about a nuisance. Specifically referencing the localized heat generation from these AI data centers, the constant noise pollution, and the unmitigated strain on municipal resources, aka water. Think about what that means. The tech sector's growth is no longer limited by how fast engineers can write code or how many Nvidia GPUs that you can buy up. If a regional utility cannot deliver the megawatts, or if a town denies a permit or water access, the CapEx expenses of these big 5 tech giants like Google, Oracle, Microsoft is effectively dead money. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is currently preparing a landmark ruling on who pays for these massive grid upgrades. If the burden falls on these tech companies, their high-margin AI business is going to turn into razor-thin margins. But if it falls on the public and taxpayers, the backlash could be catastrophic and long-term. As macro investors, we cannot simply play blindly into the AI tech bubble. We need to execute a playbook. So here is the Breaking Markets playbook for 2 scenarios. First, we need to monitor the power source providers, not the chip makers. The true winners of the next phase of the AI trade are independent power producers with contracted, firm nuclear and natural gas capacity. Look for entities that can provide around-the-clock power generation, completely independent of a fraying public grid. Second, position yourself directly ahead of the explosive demand surge hitting the industrial water sector. Rather than betting on a single utility, look for broad thematic plays such as Invesco's Water Resources ETF, ticker PHO, or the First Water Trust ETF, ticker FIW. These vehicles track the exact critical infrastructure and equipment needed to keep these AI data centers from overheating. But the energy grid is only half the problem. To deliver that power from the power plants to the AI data centers, we need another physical asset that is currently facing a deep structural imbalance, and that's copper. The global supply chains for high voltage transformers is quietly approaching a massive copper supply shortage. So subscribe and like this video and wait for our next deep dive into the copper industry.